is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Neutral Zone with our special guest baggers and brews from my home state of New Jersey. What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
What's up?
It's going well. Joined, as always, by Wild on Twos and Insane Throttle.
Hey, buddy.
Mr. Hollywood. So how is everybody this evening?
No, that's King Hollywood, okay?
Wait, what part of Jersey?
There's no good part. Does it matter?
It's New Jersey. They live behind communist lines, man, just like I do in Northern Illinois.
Yes, we do. My brother's from my brother and my family. They're in Patterson, New Jersey. That's where. That's north.
It's way up north.
Yeah.
We're south.
Yeah,
County, just outside of Philly.
Now, see, they'll tell you they're south. I'd say we're central, but we're not. So, because I don't understand geography.
The only good thing that New Jersey gave us was Sopranos. Other than that, what the hell's with them?
Yeah, so we got New Jersey and Chicago. It's like a mob episode.
You're going to kill me. I have never watched Sopranos.
What? We're muting you the rest
I
of
just
the
literally
show.
watched the prequel. My brother got mad. I go, why? It's a prequel. It leads me perfectly into watching it.
Prequel was bad, though.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. So, guys, how are you this evening? Want to give everybody a quick overview of the channel? Introduce yourselves, please.
Yeah.
Good. I'm George. And what else?
Well, that was great.
That was great. We're done.
We're done.
There goes my channel.
Oh my God.
You're done.
Bert, I'm Bert. This is Austin. The channel really, man, is just us out having fun on the bikes, riding as much as possible, rallies. We've kind of ventured into a little bit with, product reviews, few installs here and there, but mostly it's just, the stuff we were doing before we ever had a channel, just out riding on weekends as often as we can, get into whatever rallies we can. And sometimes just bar hopping, sometimes, riding to eat, just whatever we're doing on the bikes. We just figured we'd start sharing it because we had such a good time doing it.
Now, you guys have obviously been friends for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I've known George since high school, and I met Austin 2009 at the job I used to be at. So, we've known each other for a while.
Awesome. And Austin, I understand you're a vet, right?
Yes,
Beard, you're not, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you for your service.
He was in the Salvation Army, though.
Before I get my gear.
He could be Santa. We should be lucky we booked him this early.
I can tell you, man, B&B is an authentic channel. You guys got to go check them out. I watch them all the time, man. They remind me of the good days. Not like, Bry is representative of the modern biker. They're representative of old school.
I just think I got called backhandedly a rub, but I'll take it. That's fine. I'll take it. I understand my role in this show.
I was gonna say a Goldwing joke, but then Hollywood.
Yeah. Then you got Big Smitty calling you out. Yeah, that's a good point. Big Smitty. So how long have you guys had the channel going now?
Just about 2 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah, it was two in like June, so a little over 2.
Yeah.
Well, 2.5 now.
Yeah. Wow. We started in 2019, summer 2019.
And you guys you have road glides and street glides, right? Because I know you clearly out baggers, but I just drew a blank on what you're riding.
2 road glides and a Road King.
Oh, Road King. Okay. No Ultra? Any Road King in the future? Or a Road Glide in the future?
I'm on a Roguelite Limited. So
yeah, that's a sweet bike.
And we have another guy, John, who rides with us. He's on an Ultra.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So
what's the go-to thing for you guys in Jersey? Where do you like to ride? I mean, obviously you do a lot of big trips. You've been to Sturgis and Maryland, and you guys are all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, we got nothing to do really. We'll cruise through the Pine Barrens, back roads, smaller roads through the cranberry bogs and all that stuff. That's just if we have nothing to do. We do ride quite often to breweries because obviously the second half of our name is Brews, and we like to hit up breweries. So, we'll try to find breweries we haven't been to and just ride to them. Sometimes they're in PA, sometimes they're up North Jersey. So yeah, I mean, it's just. There's not a lot. I mean, a lot of fantastic riding in New Jersey.
There is not.
I think
anytime on the bike is fantastic, but yeah.
True. Just scenery-wise, I mean, I think it's a little better than Florida.
It's definitely better than
it's better
what we've done.
I mean, Florida's great. I mean, in city around Clearwater Beach, Tampa on the beach area to a point, right? But other than that, like this, there's not much in Florida.
Yeah.
It's just
Hey, have you guys ever went up to Maine?
Austin and I have been up to Maine when we went up to Laconia. We crossed over into Maine and did some riding out there. We have not done Laconia as a channel, so we're looking to do that in the next year or so. But Maine is beautiful. My father's from Maine, so I've been up there quite a bit.
That's what I was thinking, man. You guys gone through the fall, or was it during the summer?
It was Laconia, so it was
Laconia,
June.
so June.
It was June.
Rainy.
It was a little rainy.
Little rainy and
A
cold.
little rainy. I heard it's gorgeous during the fall riding down there.
I'm sure.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that's the one thing you don't get. It's amazing because you guys aren't that far from me. That on the Jersey side, it's kind of boring, and you can go up River Road into PA up 32, or on the other side, and it's just a whole different area. It's amazing the difference in 8 miles to get to the bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've done quite a few rides along the Delaware up PA side, up into what's it called?
We've gone up in the Hawk's Nest.
the River Gap.
North. What's the town up there? Where we went to the brewery up there? Easton, right?
Oh, you guys
Easton,
that one. I
Easton,
didn't make that.
PA.
Yeah.
Oh, Easton. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was
the most?
What was your ideal behind Baggers and Brews? How did you come up with that? How'd you mix it? And is it true New Jersey smells like shit? I'm just from Chicago.
I mean, he's not wrong. Jeez. It's coming out hard tonight.
I'm a Chi-Town boy, man. I hear about you. You're weird in New Jersey, man. But go
Chicago's
ahead.
got good pizza, though.
Only exit 13 on the turnpike. I think that smells like shit.
See, that's the problem. When all you Midwesterners and Southerners think of New Jersey, you think of Sopranos and you think of all those smokestacks
Thinking Newark.
and all that crap.
Yeah.
But where we're at, man, it's nothing but farms and the woods and lakes and stuff. It's a totally different world.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I have to say, you're known for The Sopranos, which is a fake show. Chicago's known for Al Capone. Okay, something real. Let's get that straight.
Hey,
Allegedly.
But how did you guys come together with Baggers and Brews, man? Because your show, I don't miss an episode of.
I think you originally had the thought.
Yeah.
You know, we originally we had a third B in there, right? Didn't we?
Which was like bites.
Bites.
Because
Because we're fat, so we were going to eat too. But
he's a foodie, so he wanted to add that one in.
yeah, and that was the original thought. We kind of we thought about it for a while and thought it was like too much stuff going on,
too much for YouTube,
and just condensed it. And I mean, yeah, I think that was your idea for the door.
So I mean, I think even our original Instagram was Baggers, Brews, and Bites. I think was the original Instagram. But it's listen, it's two things we love. We love riding. We love now we love long distance riding, and I mean, how can you not like beer?
So I'm guessing you guys are going to what are you guys coming up for, like, the future? I mean, obviously long rides, but are you going to be doing like what was that, a cannonball runs? We should do cannonball run.
What do I look like, Burt Reynolds?
Yeah.
What's the other guy?
Wait, are you talking about a 1K in a day, or are you talking about the Cannonballs, the old bikes, I think?
Are you talking about Hookah Key?
I don't care. I just want
Something
to
like
get
that.
He just wants to ride. He doesn't care.
As far as what we got coming up, we don't have anything ride wise planned. A lot of the stuff, because it's starting to get cold here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll still get out for some rides, but it's probably not going to be anything crazy far. We're kind of gearing into that winter season. We're going to do a lot of some product stuff, a lot of live streams. We'll get back to our weekly live streams, which we did last winter. Product stuff, some reviews.
We're still going to get out and actually
get some brewery stuff.
Maybe get some more motovlog stuff in as we get nicer days in the winter. Which is actual motovlogging isn't something we've done a lot of. We've done a little bit here and there, and we've gotten a great response from it. Yeah. So we probably will do some more actual motovlogging.
Yeah, I mean, I think we went our first two years of this channel when we were kind of in the motovlog, community, but we really never motovlog. We never had any the helmet setups and stuff. We did it a couple times. We got some good reviews, so we'll probably do that now that it's because I personally don't like wearing a full face. You like wearing a full face.
Yeah.
You don't usually wear it.
I don't usually wear it.
So you know, in the summer, I don't want a full face on, so we don't do much actual talking within the helmet. So we'll do that now that it's cold and it doesn't bother me as much.
Gotcha.
Did you guys set up your alternative channels like Odyssey or BitChute or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what any of that is.
I mean,
Are you like leading us into like some gay porn stuff? Or?
I mean,
No, I'm not Bryce, so don't worry about that.
Man, this is, I took the rub joke like a man, but now, geez. Oh.
Don't make me throw Bruce Springsteen in there.
Ooh.
No. Now you've crossed the line because you bring up Bon Jovi and shit's on. We're on a plane to deal with you. It's the only two good things we have going. We have the Statue of Liberty, though, by the way. New York does not. So, you know, that's our claim to fame. So what local brewery?
That should be your next motovlog. Just everybody get drunk ass ride to Statue of Liberty.
there you go.
I stay away from New York.
Yeah, I used to live. I used to live up there, so I've ridden up there quite a bit. But as a group, we haven't. As a channel, we haven't gone up there.
Gotcha. So what? So where's your local brewery? What's the go-to for you guys? Do you have one?
different.
It's different for all of us, and it changes, I think, all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Spellbound, which is in Mount Holly.
Okay.
But again, I haven't been there in a while and haven't drank their stuff in a while. There's so many. People don't understand how many breweries there are in New Jersey, I don't think.
There's a lot.
Almost 200 right now.
It's close to 200 breweries in the state, man. There's so many, and I think every time we go to one, like one of us, it becomes our new favorite. I don't know. What do you like?
I mean, you know, I'm still like I'm vinyl loyal. I like vinyl.
Yeah, that's
Vinyl's down in Hamilton, and I mean, we like Icarus. Icarus is another one that's really good. That's out in Tom's River.
yep. For me, it's Magnified. Magnified Brewing
Liquid.
is my favorite. I actually haven't been to the brewery, but that's my favorite beer from a brewery. It's
Okay.
It changes for me all the time, to be honest with you.
Hey, Big Smitty is in the house. Hey, Big Smitty, man. Carlos is saying you look like a midget on that Honda, man. He's making fun of that.
Right, I do.
Or wait, did the bike look like a midget? Which one?
I mean, Texas, the bike does this thing when he's that plastic gets really hot and warm and like it flexes.
So, what's your favorite rally, guys?
I mean, it's tough to top Sturgis. I mean,
Yeah.
Sturgis.
Okay, which one has the best tits? So let's just put it out there. You know?
Brian this.
I don't. I plead the fifth.
I got nothing.
All their wives are in the back holding on the peckers. I get it. Don't
They're
worry.
upstairs.
He's just drinking. He's done.
well, we saw more painted ones at Sturgis than we did.
Yeah. You know what? I haven't really seen a ton of any of the rallies we've been to be honest.
Yeah, they're cutting
Maybe
up
we're not
right
hanging
now.
out in the right spots.
Ocean City's pretty tame, actually.
Ocean City's tame. Didn't see. Did we see anything at Daytona? I didn't
No,
see
I
anything.
didn't see anything.
Wildwood used to get crazy at night when we used to have it.
It's
But
probably Sturgis.
we
I
don't
would
anymore.
bet
Probably
it's
Sturgis.
Yeah.
Stacy, you gonna answer?
Whichever rally my wife's at with me.
No wonder they're all red right now. They're like that damn Hollywood putting us on the spot, man. I ain't getting none tonight.
We're not like Bry, you know, hiding his IRL and wearing the headphones.
Hey man, you know you gotta keep it undercover some days.
Nice.
5 foot tall.
So with the three of you, with the channel, do you all sort of have your own niche for the channel? Because George does primarily all the photography, the videography, right?
Yeah. Well,
And a killer
he
job
does all
at
the
that. I might add.
editing. When we're out and about, I mean, George has the good camera. We'll usually be doing, you know, some filming with the GoPros or the phones. He's got the Canon.
Yeah, we got a Canon M50.
So we're all kind of filming when we're out and about. And then we hand it all to him to do the editing. And I pretty much handle, you know, all the social media stuff, all the live stream stuff. And and I'm constantly just freaking brainstorming on video ideas. Austin does the thumbnails and
Some drone footage too.
You got the drone footage. So we've all got got a role.
I think that's awesome because that's got to be really helpful because you crank it out. You guys are busy.
Do you guys include the wives in your show?
Yeah, the wives are in most of our videos because they usually ride with us, so they're usually in it. Whenever they want to be. Really, it's really up to them how much they're in it.
You just make sure your side piece ain't in the same video, right? You don't show that.
Right. Yeah. That's the key.
Wow.
They're rad as hell.
People can be like, "What happened to Baggers and Brews? How come they're not on YouTube anymore?"
When they're talking about baggers, they're talking about some other herd,
I'm gonna have a lot more time for YouTube after the divorce.
They're gonna be like Hollywood and Wild cause divorce. Yes, we do.
Hollywood's causing a new trend. He's just trying to get your channel canceled to keep getting your subs.
When you're during your trips, what do you guys like? What's the craziest story that you have that you can probably tell us, like something crazy yourself?
I don't know. I mean,
Well, for me, it's the last one.
For you, it was Daytona.
Oh,
yeah. He had. It's not like a funny story. He had bike issues that caused a lot of drama all the way down, and you can tell about it.
Oh, I got the massive death wobble going 90.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I thought I was going to lose it. I thought that my boy over here is going to run over me. Next thing you know, the bike finally settles down. He comes next to me, and I just look over, and I shake my head. He just took off to tell him, yo, back it up. But it was pretty bad. That was the scariest thing that's happened to me.
That was nuts.
At least you're all right, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a very scary thing, man. That's one of those ones you gotta let the bike do its thing and let go of that throttle.
Oh, I did. You can't control it. You can't control. There's nothing you can do. If you try and force it, you're going down.
Oh yeah,
you're going down. You got to let it just do its thing. And I'm glad that I was able to come out of it. I've seen the road on the side. I really thought I was going down.
Oof.
Apparently, you got to have the military biker on this because he's got a lot of stories about hookers and donkeys.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Hollywood just booked his next guest. See, now I don't have to do it. Awesome.
The donkey show in Nuevo Laredo. Awesome.
I thought the donkeys would come from Bry.
Nothing wild happened to us. Like,
nah,
really.
We got to get you to hang out with us, man. We'll give you some stories, and you'll be divorced by the end of the weekend.
I bet.
I can imagine.
You know,
now
it
sounds like I'm in an interview for like investigation. Now they're saying one-word answers. They don't want to speak. They don't want to incriminate themselves.
These guys live within like 20 minutes of me. I'm not getting shanked or shot tonight, so just be good.
I'm trying to be good, but it was them when we weren't on air. We were in the green room. They were talking about hookers down in Brazil and asking Hollywood and Mom about their house. It ain't me.
Yeah, it wasn't me. No, it was me. It was me. I'll say I started talking about the Brazilian hookers.
And they were all into it. Now all of a sudden, I didn't do it.
Yeah, Brian was already booking his flight.
Let's clarify. You said they were $8 a pop. I mean, even my wife likes a good deal.
You gonna pop a lot of STDs for that, man.
These guys are drinking beers that are $10 each, so that's a steal.
Yeah.
So George, I gotta ask, what do you think of the Roguelite Limited? That's a sweet looking. And it's funny, we had the same sales guy too. I thought that was hysterical.
Rufus.
Mr.
Man.
Rufus.
Rufus Harley.
Rufus Harley selling Harleys?
Listen, I'm loving it. We went to Barb's demo day down there. Bert and I made it down and took that bike for a ride. And I think, in probably a mile or two, I was like, holy cow.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was one day we did have the comms on. We were trying to motovlog as we did this demo ride. And I knew there was a problem. I mean, we weren't on the bikes 2 seconds, and all I hear was like, "Oh yeah, oh, this is nice." And I'm like, "Oh man, new bike's coming."
Bedlam's Asylum. He's actually one of my independent riders. Well, you can tell we come from the same type of show. For B&B, out of all the places visited, where were the hottest ladies at?
That's a repeat question.
No, I talked about tits in the last.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, he tits.
It's tits. Those are the things on women, Bri, that you don't get to see much.
Probably,
But
probably Daytona.
Daytona has the better looking ladies.
Listen, Jersey.
I'm more of an ass and hips guy, but I mean, tits are fine. I mean, I'm more of an ass and hips guy. So like South Florida, South
hey,
Florida.
Bri, don't have your pants down. He's into that ass, man.
Hey, you know.
We have jumped. We're not even 20 minutes in, and we've jumped the shark. Dear God.
Here's the Piney
We like having fun, man.
$20.
No,
Where is she?
Oh,
I
be
just saw
South
that.
Beach in 2 weeks.
Ping pong. What happened with ping pong?
Oh, China's here. Now Hollywood's going to behave. Watch.
No, he won't.
I'll get worse. What are you
Have
talking about?
Oh,
I ain't like you, Bri. I don't let the woman hold me around with my pecker. I don't do that.
Man, all right.
Only if there's 2 hands, 3 hands on it.
oh boy.
That's funny.
It's funny you say that about the Roguelite Limited. That was the first Harley I ever took out, big touring Harley. And I was the same way. I was like, this is not going to end well for my budget. That's a beautiful bike.
Yeah, well, I made a huge sacrifice for it. I mean, I traded in a 2009 Crossbones to fit that baby into the budget, plus the 2018 Road Glide. So
Yeah.
it was.
You didn't ride it.
You know, no, I wasn't riding.
That's the Roguelite Limited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I got. I had the Indian Chief Dark Horse, and my buddy Cowboy was telling me I was not going to go with a Harley. I don't know why. I was just no. He said no. Let's get on the Roguelite Limited. I go fine. I'm just going to take it out for shits and giggles. Man, I'm not kidding. With it, I mean it felt like home as soon as I started riding it, and I just made a deal that day and called it a day. But I mean the Texas, we have a lot of semi trucks, so getting behind them and riding. I get no buffeting with that Road Glide.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I got it for just long trips.
Yep.
It's
How
great.
is it by you guys out in New Jersey? Is the traffic real bad like it is here in Chicago?
I wouldn't say is
in North Jersey.
yeah.
North Jersey, it's probably worse than Chicago. Outside of New York City and North Jersey, those roads are probably the most heavily traveled roads in the country. Probably next to the 405 in LA. I mean, they are that bad.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard? Do you find it hard with getting cut off all the time?
Yeah, I mean,
I think we got cut off.
They're like stuck on traffic. They're barely moving
Midwest and Illinois and all that.
I feel like we get cut off more in the Midwest when we're on long
Midwest and
trips.
here.
And I had a lady try and kill me down in Savannah where she was just on the phone, and you know, I basically kicked her car. I mean, that's how her and I were sharing the lane.
Yeah.
So, you know, but around here, it's.
I don't get to see any of this stuff because I'm always leading the pack, and I drive aggressively, so I don't really ever have any issues with people killing me. But these guys apparently in the back are just dodging shit left and right. Apparently.
Have you guys ever thought about 66?
I got that train horn on my damn bike now, so I've been liking getting next to people on their phones and just. I got to be careful they don't start getting scared into me or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wakes them up.
One of these, right?
The phone.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of
nice.
those?
I can't even see what that is.
Oh,
Is that from that motor horn?
Yeah, man. It sounds like a freaking truck.
Yeah, no, I got that long horn one. I saw that one too.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever thought about doing 66?
Yes.
It's on the list.
It's actually it's way up on the top of our motorcycling bucket list and for the channel as well. It's just a matter that's a big trip and the planning of that is, you know, kind of started the investigation of that and
we're
getting info, but we're not sure exactly when that's going to happen, but it's going to happen for sure.
We haven't started hardcore planning. It won't be in 22. Hopefully maybe 23. It's definitely to do 66, and I think we feel like to do 66 right, it's going to be 2 weeks, and we're probably going to ship the bikes home.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
well, let me know, man. I'll hit with you, man. 66 starts right here in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got quite a few people interested.
We were on it. We were on it a little bit. I feel like when we were in Missouri.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
When we were coming back from bringing home in 2019. Yeah. because I turned around, we're getting gas. I took a picture and it was like Route 66. I said, "Oh, I had no
Oh yeah,
idea."
when we're up on that hill.
Yeah, we had
Like I
no
said.
idea.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Should have a creator ride, man. Go through the whole freaking 66. That'd be cool.
That'd be a
Yeah.
blast.
That's crazy.
So where else? So are you gonna? What was Maryland like? I've
Oh,
never
that's
been to
not-
the bike
Ocean
week. How
City?
was it? Yeah, Ocean City.
Great rally.
Man, it's a fantastic rally, man. I mean, we push this all the time because we're huge fans of it. It's got a little bit of everything, and the town itself is just set up as a vacation spot to begin with. So, bars and restaurants, there's no end to that. I mean, there's just thousands of them. You're on the water, which is cool, and then they bring in some really huge acts for the bands and stuff.
Kid Rock this year.
Kid Rock. It's just always somebody big. I
Oh,
mean,
that would have been fantastic.
Leonard Skinner
I
just
saw
there.
Skinner there. We saw ZZ Top there. I mean, they bring in a lot of the same big acts that you'll get out in Sturgis. So you got that.
Jackal was my favorite. It was up
yeah.
close, man, right there in front.
Yeah. So I mean, it's got a little bit of everything now. What it really doesn't have, if you're looking for a riding rally, it's not that. It's not Sturgis. You don't got the Black Hills. You don't got any scenic rides like that. You're in Maryland. It's pretty flat and boring. But if you're just looking to party and have a good time, it's a good rally. It's a really good rally.
It's got good.
Did you guys go up through West Virginia?
We cut through West Virginia on the way home one time, but we haven't actually gone there as the destination.
I was riding through the mountains, man. I got family from there.
It was not. We almost lost a member of the group in West Virginia. Isn't that where Glenn almost took?
Yeah.
We were coming
Yeah,
back.
that's one of the stories I want to hear. You said
So
Yeah, this is a bad one though.
Yeah,
This
we got back
was-
from Sturgis.
we left. We were in Indianapolis, right? We left Indianapolis, and the day before we did basically the Nebraska-Iowa border all the way to Indy. So that was like day 2 of our Sturgis ride
that was
home.
the 700
something miles.
Yeah.
We had 4 bikes, right? 5
Five
bikes,
bikes.
and a chase bar with a trailer. So it's not like you're laying down the miles. And then about middle of the day, after riding all morning in the rain, we're in West Virginia, and there was this construction that bangs to the left that then goes through a tunnel. Well, I don't know if Glenn was dazed, half asleep,
Confused, dazed.
confused.
All right.
Well, I saw him
All right.
as the road turned. Glenn didn't, and he caught it just in time as he leaned the bike over to turn. Like his wheels were inches from the barrier. Like if the bike was upright, his lowers would have hit the barrier.
Yeah.
That's how close he was. Then we get to the gas station. He was like, "Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I was all right."
Yeah.
Well,
I'm good.
ironically, his wife was driving the minivan with all the ladies in it, and she almost killed them at the same
on
spot.
the same corner.
They would have all went together.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hairy little section of road, and we were probably going 20 or 30 miles an hour faster through there than we should have been, because I'm sure there were construction signs that we paid no attention to.
West Virginia looks like it would be a really cool spot to go do some riding in.
Oh, it's beautiful out there. For you guys, Wild on 2 just texted me. Now, this is in St. Louis. We all got to get together. Well, Bri won't. The World Naked Bike Ride. It's called the World's Naked Bike Ride. It is actually naked. A lot of titties there.
I'm not going because I don't want you chasing me. Jesus.
You ain't that pretty, buddy.
I'm gonna make sure my nuts don't get caught in the spokes. That's it.
I guess this is a real thing in St. Louis, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure Pro
There's
Monkey's
other
going.
ones. There's other ones that stand
Pedal
up.
bikes? Are we talking motorcycles?
Yeah, are you sure it's motorcycles?
Are you sure it's motorcycles? Or are we talking?
That sounds like pedal bikes.
Yeah, I
They
think
don't
that's
matter.
know, man.
We'll come in our
I don't care one way or another, man. It's titties.
Two wheels, right?
They have them in Oregon, and we'll make
Right.
our own. We'll come up with our own. It'll be good.
What makes a good rally for you guys in all seriousness?
Oh man.
It's changed over the years. I mean, Now, I mean, Daytona was all about, meeting people, meeting other YouTubers. I mean, that was.
I like the drinking people watch.
Yeah.
Personally,
That's right up my alley. That sounds great.
People watch. So good bars, some good entertainment. So if there's good bands, that's great.
I like vendors.
But I mean, there's a little bit of everything, really. Like when every rally we hit, we do a little bit of everything. We get our rides in during the day, hit the vendors during the day, do most of our filming during the day, and then in the evening, we find some place to go have beers and dinner and watch people make fools of themselves. So.
Yeah. Which is one great thing about Ocean City. You can just park the bike and jump on the bus, and you can hit the whole island on the bus.
Yeah,
you don't have to,
Yeah, they got their local bus that during the bike week, it's open to all the bikers, and you can just cruise up and down the strip and get off at whatever bar you want to get off and not risk getting a ticket or arrested.
And you guys met up with Windroad Therapy and Bronco Ride there too,
We
right?
did, and I wanted to give a shout out to Windroad Therapy. Desiree's in the side chat, and she's a huge supporter of our channel. She drove like 4 or 5 hours just to come see us down in Ocean City. Hung out, had lunch with her and some other folks, and we got to see her in Daytona as well. So just a big supporter. So huge shout out to her. You guys check out her channel, Windroad Therapy. It's a good channel.
Posting a lot of Sturgis stuff right now. So yeah.
I love live music, man. If they have a great band,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm a huge. I mean, I can just sit there all night long, just listen to live music and just have some good drinks.
Yeah, and you're in the he's in the music. My wife's in the music, so definitely if there's good live music, and some good cold beer, I'm fine. I'm good to go.
I have to guess, man. Kid Rock probably puts on one of the best shows.
His show in Sturgis was pretty kick ass, man. I was at that one with Pro Monkey and Old Buffalo and a few other people. That was a hell of a concert.
Yeah, I mean, there's some bands. It's because some rallies they bring bands that won't get the crowd going, and it's not really that type of crowd. Even though it could be a rock band, but it's not. You need people to entertain the crowd to actually get the crowd going.
Well, I mean, the rally's got to build too. I mean, we've seen Ocean City, I think, over the course of 4 or 5 years, really up their game when it came to headliners.
I think so.
I think so.
They've had some really big names in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have any?
Michael's last year, right?
Yeah.
Was Sturgis worth the hype?
Was Sturgis what?
Is Sturgis worth the hype?
Oh yeah,
I think so. 100%.
You got to go.
Gotta go.
You haven't been. You got to go.
If I could swing it, I would go to Sturgis every year, man. It's a blast. Between you got the riding, which is just hands down some of the best in the country, and if you want the party, and that's there too.
It's
you can go 1 year and just do all the riding that you want to. The next year, go back and just do all the nightlife. I mean, there's so much to do that you can spread it out through. I mean, years if you want.
Yeah,
there's so much.
It's a blast, man. It's a great time. I assume has everybody on? All three of you guys been to Sturgis?
I've not.
I've been once only.
No, I haven't been. I've been to Daytona. I'm a Daytona guy.
Daytona guy. Okay.
Yeah, I've been to Daytona. I mean, being from Florida, I've been in Daytona many of times.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Sturgis, I like the old school rallies without the big hump, doodad. But I'd like to go like a week ahead of time and check out the riding before it gets all crazy.
Yep.
Well, and Sturgis is like, I think it's what you make of it, because you have bars like the Stonehouse that are out in the middle of Wyoming that, you get that old school biker feel. And, you have other bars like One-Eyed Jacks that are just like classic Sturgis bars. But I think Sturgis is what you make of it when you go. I mean, it can be like an old school biker feel, or it could be whatever you want, depending on what your plans are.
You stayed at the Buffalo Chip.
Yeah.
And if you want an old style biker rally, that's where you stay at, right?
I don't know if it's old style or not, because I don't think I've been to a lot of old school style rallies, but man, they don't stop partying. I'll tell you that. I 2, 3 in the morning.
Were you able to get to the Jack Pine Gypsies compound to watch the races?
No.
Yeah.
There's
so much.
I mean,
you can't.
When we all went together, it was our first time, so we were fitting in all the
big rides,
basically the tour stuff. Hitting the Mount Rushmore and all those rides that you have to do when you go out there. And then this past year, I flew out to meet up with Pro Monkey, and I only had a couple days, so I didn't get to do that. So again, like I can go back again this year, and there's so much more to do that we haven't done yet. So it's one of those things. There's so much that you can go every year.
You guys got any good hill climbs out east or flat tracking?
I don't think so. It's not a thing out here.
It's just not a thing at all.
New Egypt track actually has the bike track like once. It's like a one-time event.
Yeah, it's just a dirt. It's just a dirt track.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I like the little mini bike races.
I like the river for that.
River.
Yeah. No, Jersey doesn't have a whole ton of that.
No.
Have you guys got the Adam Sandoval's place? I'm thinking about doing that Stubborn American next year. That'd be cool.
So we've been there. We were there for the world what is it called, world Bring It Home ride, which was the Guinness World Record run. We went to that when we broke that.
Yep.
We haven't been back. We were at his campground, but we haven't been back since. And now he started that rally is basically the anniversary every year. He's having that rally at his campground. We haven't been back yet.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be even bigger next year because
they had a lot of YouTubers there this year, big names.
Yeah, the first year was kind of like there were some people there, and it seemed like last year it was, they really
seemed like last year, this year, everybody was there.
It was.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of FOMO on that one. Yeah, that was. I would have liked to have been there. I want to get there. It's one of those things, man. Like if we were full-time YouTubers, we'd be at all these things. But we have, unfortunately, full-time jobs that you only get so many days off a year, so it makes it tough.
You got to pick and choose. So, but it's a great ride out there for us. I mean, lower Arkansas, that parts of Oklahoma,
Arkansas is amazing.
the Talamina Skyway. We rode all that coming home, and I mean, that's not far from the river.
Nope.
At all.
Now, do your wives generally ride with you?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when we do these long trips, I don't think really any of them have any interest in being on the back for 12 hours. So we usually have a trail car with them in it. But when we do our rides around here, my wife rides her own. But when we do our rides around here, they're always with us.
That's
I
awesome.
do have to give a shout out for the round table. Our next show will be going on. We got guys from Germany, Egypt, and Brazil that we're going to be talking with. But go ahead, bro.
That's pretty cool.
No, that's good.
That's on Black Dragon's channel.
So what do you guys have planned over the winter? Because I know you've been doing a lot of Avan Black install stuff, which, by the way, I'm a huge fan of, and your Zero stuff. What's the next big thing?
I think a lot more of that. We're not done with my bike and the upgrades on that. I got a bunch of stuff on the way that I haven't received yet from Avan Black. So once that gets here, we'll be doing more videos on that.
You're gonna put the two big 10-inch speakers in your lid?
I can't tell you that, man. I'll tell you what we're doing, but I'm a huge fan of Avan Black. I love their stuff. So I mean, we're all in with them. We're big fans of Zero. We've got some more stuff going on with Zero. We'll definitely have more products from them. And like I said, we're gonna get back into the weekly live streams, which went really well last year over the winter. We were pretty much banging them out every week.
Yeah.
Good guests, a lot of good guests. We'll have more guests this year. We got a good guest coming up next week.
This week.
You want
this coming?
You want to plug that?
This coming Thursday, we are going to have Zero on the live stream. We are going to have Arrow and Azura Rudd. Arrow is the owner of Zero, the Zero Corporation. So they will be 8 o'clock on the Baggers and Brews channel this week. So that should really be a good time. And we've got a bunch of questions for them. And if you guys have any questions that you want to ask Zero, this is the time.
Yeah.
HD5, my man's in the house. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll continue doing what we've been doing recently with the live streams, where it's just really a hangout and have a lot of these and chat with all the people in the side chat. But we're also going to have a lot of good guests. We got a bunch of stuff in the works for guests, so we plan on doing that as well. But That's
awesome.
kind of what we got to do to, get that extra content in there over the winter when we're not able to get out and ride as much once it starts, snowing and all that crap. So,
yeah.
But we got to keep the content.
What's your guys' thought on big wheels, man? Them ridiculous looking things.
Like
big wheel baggers.
If you're going to be riding long, man,
listen, man, they're cool to look at, and I appreciate the work and all that stuff these guys do to put into those bikes, but I have no interest in riding one. I can't imagine trying to ride from here to Sturgis on one.
So it's a funny story with the big wheel. This dude actually just spent some money on his way to Daytona to put a big wheel on his Road Glide. It's a 2013. He gets there. I'm at the JMP Cycles to get my bike checked out after the whole death wobble issue. And he finally gets his bike checked out. And he's like, yeah, they're going to have to fix it, change the tire and stuff like that. The dude comes out and he goes, nah, man, I can't do nothing for you. The wheel's bent. Just like that. Just like that. The wheel's bent.
How much was that wheel?
It was $1,300 he just paid for it. That's not even including the tire.
Sweet.
That's cheap for a rim like that big. I mean,
it was secondhand.
He
was I'm about to go kick that dude's ass.
So we know what Bry rides and we know what Wild on 2 ride. What is Hollywood riding on?
Dildo.
He's a trike. A Can-Am.
That was so quick.
Same thing, Bry.
I got
same thing.
Got a Dyna and a Boulevard.
A Dyna and a what?
And a Boulevard.
And a Boulevard.
Okay.
Boulevard's okay.
And a slingshot, he said.
And a slingshot.
A slingshot.
They're popular here in Jersey, but you have to have the thing lit up
I bet they are in
completely.
Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The slingshot?
No, Florida, man.
Florida was ridiculous.
Florida was like, those people think they were on motorcycles. They were cracking me up.
It's like, don't go down Main Street without it. That's not a bike, dude.
They were doing a six. It was like a limo slingshot.
I mean, I feel like it was like, six
Holy
rows of seats.
crap! There was like
had
a
all baby mamas.
whole Puerto Rican family was in that.
Whoa,
thing.
papi,
A whole family. I'm like extended family. Grandma, or what do you call grandma? Abuela was in there. They're all
Well, guys, I got to get out, get ready for the other show. It was awesome, B&B, man, for you guys being good sports and stuff. I like having fun. You keep on killing it, man. I'll see you over there, Wild On.
All right.
Appreciate it.
See you, Hollywood.
And
Maybe
by the
you
way, Bri, if you ever do a 60-second introduction again, I'm going to slap you with your freaking boyfriend's pecker. Now I got to edit that for Roku.
But it was a good music.
A minute countdown.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Oh, my
Kill the old
goodness.
lady.
Now I got to edit
It's
that.
been that way for weeks. It's not my fault you don't watch my videos. All right, whatever. See you, buddy.
Oh,
You have 30 seconds in.
30 seconds next time. All right, we'll fix it.
Wow.
Now I got to sit there for 45 minutes for a video to freaking process. I'll talk to you guys.
See ya.
All right, see ya.
Later.
Now. There you go.
So we're gonna stay on with you, right, Brian, for a while?
If you want, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be taking off here in a few, but I'll stay on a little bit.
Yeah, the real, you know,
This is a good. No, go back. That was a good camera angle.
yeah. Sorry, guys. It's become the DeBeard show.
We can put the heads together.
Just snuggling close. We'll make it work.
I'm telling you.
Oh, that's funny.
That's how we are at this bar sometimes. This thing isn't as big as it looks on TV.
No, it's we need a bigger bar.
You guys have like the best studio setup. That's great.
You know what, man? It just keeps getting a little better every week. We just keep adding a little something to it. We got this new I don't know what it's gonna show. This new clockwork sign they sent us.
Nice.
And Stacy, George's wife, got me this nice live on air sign for Thanksgiving, a little Thanksgiving gift. So it just keeps getting a little better every week.
Yeah, mine's not really a studio; it's my gym.
Gym?
I got a gym in the. Hold on, let's do this.
Okay.
I got a whole gym.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah, I built this bitch after COVID. I was like, I couldn't work out anywhere.
Wow. Okay.
So then I got my contractor friend. We just started building it. And then Saved a lot of money. So
Oh
Wow.
yeah, man, that was
That's
good.
nice.
Is that shiplap on the background?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like a whole. I made it look like part of the house, so then it kind of helps out with value and shit. So the outside
Yeah.
is a mother-in-law suite or a little building, but then it's just my gym, and I kept it there on purpose. And I have an AC heater, so then it does count in case in the future when I sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go.
Very nice.
Done right. Done right.
Smart.
Oh, Motoblonde's in the house. Look out.
Oh.
Speaking
Why
of
am I
big wheel
why am I looking
baggers.
out? Well, what's wrong?
I don't know. She
Speaking of
just
stealing
causes
your bike,
trouble.
You should be looking at her.
Good Lord, lock your bike up when she's around.
Yeah, she just stole the man's bike.
Yeah.
He's like, no, taking the road glide.
That's funny.
That poor guy, man. She just stole his bike, and then she mods it for him, allegedly. You know, come on.
Allegedly. Hey, listen, that's a great thing for YouTube, though. I mean, they've got both bikes that they can work on. I mean, that's that's an advantage that a lot of creators don't have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, these creators on the West Coast and down south, man, they take it for granted how good they have it as far as not having to worry about winter content, man. It's
yeah,
struggle every year, man. Like,
well, each time I see
do?
the contact, the creators, like, you know, they're shutting down their bikes, and that's when they do more lives. I see, right? They do more lives. I mean, I don't take it for granted. I'll tell you what. In the winter, I'm happy.
Yeah, you can't. I don't see how, if you got a channel, I don't see how you can completely shut down and like winterize your bike and just call it a day, man. You got to try to get out.
Yeah.
We do have the rare, occasions in November, December, January where it's seasonably warm, and you got to take advantage of those and get out and do a ride and film as much as you can, because you can't just rely on live streams and product reviews all winter,
No, and it's just like, I mean, and not for nothing, like I think our riding videos clearly do better than
that's what people like.
Then that's definitely.
I mean, I do riding videos with lives. I don't really. I like ride. I mean, I can just ride because I ride daily. I just my daily commuter. My Roguelite is my daily commuter, so I ride every day. And I have tons of recordings of awesome rides, but that was with MC stuff I couldn't read. So I have like tons of stuff that I wanted to post but couldn't. So now I'm going to start getting out and do the rally stuff too, and go do some creator meetups. And
No, I mean, I think meeting people was great. We had an awesome meet and greet down in Daytona at the Beaver Bar. We had probably about 15 channels there or so. A bunch of other people came out. We had some people who weren't even YouTubers; they were just Instagrammers. They came out, so it was a good time, definitely.
Yeah, I gotta start doing more of. Mostly when I go to Daytona, I do the outskirt parties. I get invites from MCs, so they do their like a regional party. So I kind of stay away from all the touristy crowd and kind of keep to ourselves. But I got to get more into like what you guys are right in the middle of everything. So
That's those parties aren't going to help you with content.
No, that's the problem. I had zero content because I couldn't post any.
No,
right.
Nobody wants to see a camera swinging around at one of those parties. It's
they just want to see some titties and ass.
Yeah.
The social media has ruined that.
Not you, Brian.
Sure.
Not you, Brian.
Well, I mean, it's interesting.
They're usually nice to me. Tonight, they're just out for me. They don't like the intro, and they're mean to me. That's great.
We were having that conversation, I think, with Monkey before Daytona, where how social media has changed some of these rallies where, people are a bit mindful of, letting loose and letting go.
Yeah, you're not going to see as much of that stuff that you saw, the old school stuff.
Everybody's got one of these.
Yep, the boobs and everything.
Oh, yeah. Anything happens, people can start pulling out. You get someone's getting robbed. They'll videotape before someone helps.
No joke. That's the world we live in.
That's the thing that I find funny anywhere you go any day is everybody's got their phones out filming it. It's like, could you just live the event? Like, it really happened. You didn't have to film it.
Well, yeah,
Well, I have a YouTube channel, so I'm filming everything.
It's tough, right? Because in theory, and as the rally goer and as the biker, in us, that's the idea is like put that crap away and just enjoy the moment. But as the YouTube content creator, like, I can't.
Oh, trust me, I do. That's my problem. I bring my camera places, and then I just forget to record, or I'm like, I don't record because I want to enjoy it. Same thing at a concert, right? You see live music, everybody's doing this shit. how many times do those assholes go back and actually watch that video of that concert?
Right.
You're watching
Exactly.
2D video of what's right in front of you.
Right.
That always boggles my mind.
We do the same thing, though. I mean, honestly, we'd have quite a bit more amazing content if we weren't so wrapped up in the moment. I mean, every rally, every event we go to, there's so many opportunities that we miss stuff because we were enjoying the moment. And after the fact, we're like, dude, what? We didn't get this, we didn't get that. Nobody was recording here because you get caught up in the actual fun of it and what it's meant to be. And you
that's the point.
Yeah.
You know,
so
I mean,
with
some
my
of
old
it,
lady, she sometimes says, we didn't even take a picture. I go, well, that means we had a good fucking time, you know? And
you go.
But to your point, you go to Sturgis and throw up a live. There's 30K in views, easy. So it's a toss up. You know, you got to keep the channel running.
Yeah.
Or 320K.
Or 337K.
I'll get 5. I'll get 5 people.
Sturgis is a crazy animal when it comes to this YouTube moto vlog community, man. It don't matter what you do for Sturgis, it's going to get views.
It's going to get views.
Everybody wants to see the Sturgis stuff. And
I mean, all the rally stuff I think gets views, but nothing like the Sturgis stuff. I mean, when Sturgis comes around, you start, if you have Sturgis videos on your channel, you start to see that uptick, you know, in views in like June, I would say.
Yeah.
Like when people get serious about playing.
So, for example, is one of our worst videos that we've ever produced is a Deadwood video.
Second worst video.
What was the first?
3 fat guys in a lawn chair.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was Sturgis related too. But our Deadwood video was one of our last days we were in Sturgis. We were all wore out. We were there, you know, we were trying to see some stuff, and we had lunch and drank a lot at lunch, and it basically ended up being me with the GoPro walking around the sidewalk in Sturgis, pretty lit up and talking to the camera about God knows what. And that video is one of our top videos as far as views.
And I had no video for the week, and it was like the first time I feel we had really bad weather here. We had you know, families were busy. I had no video, and we were trying to do a video a week at that point. So I dug through the Sturgis files and I found some Deadwood stuff. And here's Drunk Bert talking to the camera. So I'm like, all right,
who knew?
He's talking, we're good. And
the video got some hate too, though, for all the views. Yeah. It's like it'd be nice if you just showed us some Deadwood instead of this guy talking. It's like, my comment back was like, "Well, I can't disagree with you."
The anticipation of getting everybody.
But thanks for watching.
But thanks for that,
guys. I gotta be taking off to the other channel. Great meeting you guys. Hopefully, we run into each other in the near future. See you, Brian.
All right, see you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
Right on, brother.
So when we're in the same area, so what's your limit for riding in the winter? I mean, obviously you have the salt factor when they start laying down brine, but I mean, do you use heated gear? Do you guys ride? Because usually, like, I have to get out. I start mentally breaking down at some point.
Yeah, I can't just put it away. And my goal has always been, you know, to definitely get out once or twice a month. When you get into that January, February, March. I don't know that we have a limit. It's like it's nice. So hard to find it where, you know, you got a nice sunny day where it's somewhat warm for that time of year, and that we're all available to go, you know, do something. I mean, every year I've had days where I've just gone out and rode, but these guys were like working, you know, and like there was no video out of it. I just had to get out and ride. So I don't know if there's necessarily a temperature cutoff. I don't think we fear temperature much.
We have the gear to be able to. I mean, we rode in what 26, 27 degree.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, at one point. So
temperature's not the issue. It's mostly just like whether there's any kind of precipitation or snow.
Yeah.
And if the roads are a complete and total mess because of salt, like you said. And if those nice days fall on a day where we can actually go ride and we're not actually just stuck working.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that I find really sucks.
UCM Pigs put this up now as Pool Time. So Pool Time with the Beard, for those of you who don't know, is a segment that Bert did one.
It's coming back, man.
It's coming back this summer. It's basically Bert getting drunk in the pool.
Listen, it was like a Friday, Saturday. I don't even know what day of the week it was. I was in the pool by myself, drinking beers like I always do, playing on my phone, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live. And I did, and the wife came out to come down and have a drink with us. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm live." Next thing you know, these people are sitting there watching me in my pool, wet and tuned up, talking about whatever. And UCM Pigs really liked it, so don't let him fool you. He was actually digging it.
I mean, it sounds like you have a fan. I mean, you know.
I think I do have a fan.
He's getting his channel going. He's got a cool little channel, UCM Pigs.
Some good stuff going up.
He's gonna be a good moto vlogger, man. I like his stuff. He just did a Thanksgiving video ride the other day. We were watching.
There's a lot of good channels, man. There's a lot of good channels that everybody like just kind of dismisses because they're small channels, but there's a lot of good people putting, entertaining stuff out there.
Listen, we're small. We're still a small channel.
I know. I think it's funny because it's like different levels of small. We're all small. We're just at different levels of small. I mean, until you're 100K plus, you're, as far as I'm concerned, you're small.
Well, yeah, and there does seem to be this rush to try and just blow it out rather than build content.
Yeah.
There's and you see a lot of people come and go lately too.
Listen, it's hard work. It's a big commitment. If you're gonna do this, at a level that you're gonna succeed, it is a huge commitment. I mean, right now we're trying to put out at least 2 videos a week.
That's a lot, yeah.
And
we're putting out 2 videos a week. We're trying to up that, but that just depends on someone other than George, learn how to do some editing.
But I mean, and that's that's not including the Instagram, that's not including
TikTok.
We are 20K, almost 20K on TikTok right now.
That's insane.
So if you're not following Baggers and Brews on TikTok, man,
do it. It's fun,
dude. The stuff that will never make YouTube is usually what's on TikTok.
Short, fun little stuff, man.
We put out a TikTok today that
you put it out yesterday, right?
We put out yesterday of a guy
that we saw
that we filmed in Daytona buying an Indian, and he just
he took his shirt off. I saw that.
Yeah, did you see that?
It's about that 32K.
Is it about that 32,000?
31.8.
So I saw him at Main Street crossing the street. I said, "How's your head?" He looked over and just smiled, and he shook my hand.
Yeah.
I think he still had a concussion.
So
well, he bought an Indian, so
true, very true.
So
George, what I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What's your film kit like? You're using an M50, you said?
So a Canon M50 is the main B-roll kind of vlog camera right now. That's what you're looking at, what we're doing this live stream on. I use a kit lens and basically a vid mic, the mini mic that goes on top and a switch pod.
Okay.
And then we roll 3 GoPro 7 Blacks, and we film a bunch of stuff on iPhones, and we have 2 drones. They are the DJI Mavic Minis. So I have the Mini too. Yeah, you got the Mini. So
nice.
and that's basically the film kit. Some of the Instagram stuff that you'll see is taken on a 70 to 300 lens that has a just an EF adapter, so it's kind of like a speeder. So it's like a 70 to 350 lens.
Okay.
So some of the Advan Black stuff and some of the Zero stuff that you've seen on Instagram, some of the product stuff that is, shot with that lens on the M50.
Very nice. What do you edit with?
Editing with Final Cut Pro.
Okay.
Bert is picking up Premiere Pro. And all the high-end photo stuff is done in Lightroom.
Very nice.
So
I've never messed with Final Cut. I use Premiere Pro for work, and the every time I'm in the Apple Store, I start playing with it, I open it up, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" Like nothing's where it should be. Not that it's supposed to be there, but
well, I think the big difference. I mean, the big difference between those 2 programs is Final Cut Pro has the magnetic timeline. For those people who edit, and once you get used to the magnetic timeline, it makes your life much easier.
Yep. Corey,
So-
he did headbutt it, by the way, Corey.
Oh, he headbutted Corey.
He headbutted it. Like
Yeah,
legit.
you got to watch the video. It's pretty damn funny.
Yeah, it's you can find actually there's a short is on our YouTube channel, Corey. If you don't follow us on TikTok, usually when I have a TikTok, we'll post it on Instagram Reels and TikTok, and if it's good enough, it'll make the YouTube shorts.
What was
That's
his
funny.
exact words? I thought it was going to be thinner, but that sucker was solid steel, man.
Yeah, solid brass.
A solid brass. He hit it hard.
So,
Sorry.
that's it.
Ow!
Ooh.
Oh, you all right?
Listen,
So-
squeezing in here.
Yeah, we have a lot of footage on our channel that's from iPhones. I mean, the best, for people shooting, the best camera is whatever one you have the quickest access to.
Yeah.
And,
That's a true story.
if you get good at your editing software, you can't tell. My whole goal is for people not to tell what camera what was filmed on.
That's impressive. The color matching stuff for sure.
That's my goal. Yeah,
Color matching.
yeah.
That's why we have that band black, buddy.
Link in bio.
So
So
You guys, what's that?
not to jump into my live stream host mode, but what do you have planned for the winter, Brian?
I've got some installs. I've got a bunch of gear reviews I have to do. I don't have a garage, so installs are kind of tough, depending on what I'm doing. Any of my custom dynamic stuff's kind of hard. If it's 3M tape stuff, it ain't happening in this weather.
And the weather, it's hard to stick.
I've been trying to focus on doing the gear reviews in the winter, and then doing thinking about doing some tech stuff, kind of showing like the stuff that I use and kind of branch out a little bit. My thought is if those hit, it might be a good, quite frankly, it might be a good sponsorship opportunity. If I had a chance to review some tech gear rather than throwing money at it like I'm drunk, that would be nice.
yeah.
But I don't
Sorry.
moto vlog as a rule. I don't like to take away from my ride time. Like when I ride, I want to ride. But at some point, I'm probably going to get back at it just to break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's been nice with these guys because doing the lives with them has been something different. I've always been hesitant about doing lives, just because I thought it would be a disaster. It turns out it's not as hard as I thought it would be. I guess got into my head on that one.
It takes practice. I mean, there's still, I think, mixed reviews over what it does or doesn't do for the channel. As far as like watch time and, percentage of video watched and that type of thing. But I mean, if you're having fun doing it, you're having fun doing it. And, once you get into, I think, a groove with it, I feel like when we do them every week, like we're in a real good groove with them. The lives.
Oh,
Yeah. You with me? Stay with me, buddy.
Listen, I'm trying to listen to you. I'm trying to read the side chat. I'm trying to think of questions to interview Bri.
No, I mean I think you're right because when I was doing the Beyond the Rider series, which was pre-recorded, that hour is hard to get engagement for. You know what I mean? And it kills your analytics because you put it out and people are watching 15 minutes of a 50-minute video.
Right.
And then you're putting out something you want people to see, and it's like, oh, nobody's watching this because YouTube thinks I suck, which may be true, but
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, and here's the mixed bag in that. They're watching 15 minutes of 30 minutes. If you put out a 15-minute video, how long would people watch that 15-minute video for? Would they watch it for 15 minutes? So you are getting more view time out of it, and that's the whole dichotomy of like where people's philosophies on YouTube kind of split up.
Yeah, and I feel like the darker you go down, or the more you go down that rabbit hole, the more confusing it gets.
Yeah.
Because Think Media just put out a thing saying that posting religiously no longer matters. But tell that to anybody who's doing it.
Posting
Yeah.
religiously on YouTube?
No way.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they're full of crap.
No way.
Oh.
And I like Think Media. I think he puts out a lot of good stuff. But I can tell you, we've had friends and motovloggers who have taken a break and paid for it.
Mhm.
I mean,
Dearly.
yeah, paid for it. So I think if you're, I still believe the minimum is one video a week if you want like that nice, slow, steady growth. I think if you're doing less than that, it's all right to miss a week here and there. But now, with YouTube and the shorts, You know, even if you could bank a couple of shorts and throw a short up here and there, you know, that is even.
Listen, one a week is a nice number to like have a nice steady growth. That's what we did,
and a steady engagement.
But if you go and you're doing 2 or more, and then you try to cut back to 1, I think you're going to feel the pain.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know what I mean? I'm a full believer, and I don't really know based on like studying analytics or that, but I'm a full believer that YouTube rewards quantity. You know, because quantity is what they can advertise on,
and it keeps people on the platform.
They don't care how great your stuff is. If you're putting stuff out and people are watching it because you have a following or whatever, that's what they reward, and that's when you start to grow. It's my opinion. Not based on.
So angry boomer. If you could put angry boomer's question up here, it says time wise. This is a great question for people who are creators. Time wise, what is the sweet spot for video length? So when we first started this channel, and a lot of the early Baggers and Brews videos are like in the 5-minute range. You know, learning how to edit, everything was like in the 5-minute range. And it's funny, I was even watching some old Adam Sandoval videos today as I went down that rabbit hole, and a lot of his videos were 2 to 5 minutes. I will tell you now, having, you know, gotten over that 1,000 subscriber hump, and you know, we're now moving on, you know, towards 10K. You want to keep those videos in the neighborhood of 10 minutes, because you need to be at least 8 to get your mid-roll, and the mid-roll is going to make a difference down the line with your YouTube revenue.
Mid-roll meaning mid-roll advertisement.
Mid-roll advertise. So that is going to be a big thing. Now, but here's the thing. Don't just put out an 8 or 10 minute video with fluff just to put it out, because people aren't going to watch it. You're not going to get the mid-roll anyway. So you have to, you know, the content still has to dictate the length, but you should try to shape your content to fit that amount of time.
That's fair.
That's, you know.
Oh, and that's the thing that I think with TikTok and shorts that are coming on, it makes me wonder where we're going to be in a few years, because everybody seems to be in that quick hit kind of video situation. And if you're putting together an install, good luck.
Well, I think YouTube has, you know, they want to be part of that short attention span community, because it is so big. I mean, you put stuff up. We put a video up on TikTok, and it exploded. We're still waiting for it to hit 2 million views. It's been stuck at 1.9 for quite a while, but 1.9 million views on TikTok. And your average YouTube video, even your good YouTube videos, are never going to come close to that. So, but YouTube also wants to be in that advertising. They want that YouTube TV. They want longer content, so that they do want both worlds.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with YouTube, where it's different from, you know, TikTok or the Instagram Reels or whatever, a lot of people have kind of replaced regular day-to-day TV with YouTube.
Yes.
So they are looking to watch stuff and be entertained by it, and they're not just looking for, you know, 1-minute clips. So I think YouTube does have its own place, you know, that it will continue to be that platform for people to watch on a day-to-day basis. And, you know, a lot of people have cut the cord on, you know, the cables and the direct TVs and stuff, and they've subbed, you know, Netflix and YouTube in there. So it's going to have a place, I think.
Yeah, it was interesting to see, like you said, during the pandemic, is that everybody sort of just changed. YouTube became, you know, anything was getting hits on YouTube. It was kind of fun for a while. You know, it became the way that we all communicated, like the lives and things like that. You didn't feel so isolated. And I thought that was the really cool power of social media.
Yeah.
We saw a big bump, I think, in views. That was a big part of our growth. And I think there's a lot of channels that saw a big part of their growth because of the pandemic, because people were home watching a lot of YouTube. And, you know, that's when our Sturgis stuff was coming out, and we had some really good content coming out, you know, around that time. So, yeah.
Now, what are you guys using for SEO and stuff? Are you using TubeBuddy, or are you using anything else?
I use the cheap TubeBuddy, the free. We're talking about upgrading. I have mixed feelings on it. I like what it does. I like that it shows you how much people are searching for it. I think some videos do better because of it, and I think some do. I think some videos should
He
do
said
better.
doo-doo.
Some videos should do better than they do.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the thing that I find interesting with too, buddy, is that you may land on something that's unique and it tells you it's 100% score, but there may be no market for it.
Right.
So it's now what is your thoughts on tagging with keywords? Because I was reading something the other day that they're saying that, and I may not be using the right word for it, but when you go in and you tag your video and you're putting in your hold on, I'm looking at the actual tags, not the hashtags, but the tags themselves. Do you feel that still has an effect? Because I've read a lot of people saying that they don't. And then, because YouTube actually says, if you look, it says it's generally for misspelled stuff, but it seems like those keywords still have effect.
So, listen, I mean, again, this is one of those things where there are different schools of thought.
Mm-hmm.
I find when I put less tags, the video doesn't do as well. If I don't tag the title, the video doesn't do as well. You look at somebody like Adam Sandoval with 170,000 views. 170,000 subs. I don't think he tagged videos for the first 50K.
Okay.
So if you go back and you look at Google and you look at unless they've gone back and retagged those videos, because if you have TubeBuddy plugin, you can see what tags people are using.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a number of different ways you can see what tags people are using in their videos, and he didn't tag anything. Yeah.
I just know for me, it seems like the more that I do the research, the less I understand it, and the less I just I don't know, we'll just throw this up and maybe it'll hit and maybe it won't. And
It's a rabbit hole.
But I mean, listen, the videos that we think should do well
suck every time.
usually don't.
Every time.
Then the videos, the videos that I'm like, oh man, like I'm proud enough to put it up on YouTube, but it's like I'm not, crazy in love with it. That does well.
He'll tell you. He'll text me. He'll be like, this video, whatever is done, I just finished it up. I'm uploading it. Yeah, I really like it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, this video is going to suck. And vice versa, he'll be like, yeah, this one's done, man. I'm not happy with it. This, that. I'm like, that's going to be a gem.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's like every time, man. It's the stuff we think is going to be amazing just kind of dies on the vine. And the things that we expect to just be it's filler and we need something this week, they end up doing great. It's weird, man. When you think you got it figured out.
I was goofing around with keyword searching and just messing around the other day, and I actually saw a video out that somebody had on how to install a seat on your Harley, and it's got like 50,000 views on it. And I'm like, how?
Was it a blonde lady? Because I think we might have watched some of that.
No, it was a dude.
Spoiler alert, she had to have somebody else do it for her. Look at that.
Oh.
Not Motovlon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's a whole different rabbit hole. But yeah.
Yeah, it's so I mean, I don't know. I mean the tags I'm basically of the theory where if YouTube has it, it must mean something. Mm-hmm. It's like people are like, oh, shorts will kill your watch time and they'll kill this and they'll kill that. All right, but YouTube's putting it on the platform. So is it really are they just going to reward channels who do just shorts? It's yeah.
Well, that's the problem I find with the install stuff. Avan Black is a quality product. There's no doubt about it, but they don't have quite the market share where sometimes it's searchable, and it's really hard to get something that's going to pique somebody's interest. You know what I mean? Like I have the Avan Black seat. It's a fantastic seat. It's cool. It's really cool. But how many people are looking for it yet? You know what I mean? There's a lot of companies out there that you do the install stuff and they're great videos, but they're such a slow burn. They could take a year to really develop.
Yeah,
they can be. I mean, I think with anything with YouTube, the title means so much. The title of the video means so much. I try and put, a lot of thought into the titles. I mean, we just put a ride video out about the loop in Daytona. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what do you call this video? Well, it's the ride that everybody does in Daytona. and that's that's going to see when people start searching Daytona stuff. Well, that title comes up, and they see a nice curvy road with a Roguelite on the thumb. Hopefully they'll click. But I think the title is a big deal.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff that we do that has to do with product, you're hoping for that big initial burst because it's product, but a lot of times we don't get it.
No.
But it is stuff that if you continuously keep an eye on, it
grows.
has a nice growth rate, and it does grow considerably over time because it is searchable, and it is stuff that people are looking for. Maybe just not all right, when we put it out, but they're searching it. And some of these things, some of these product reviews that we've done, some Clockwork stuff and whatnot, like when we first started.
Yeah, the Harley hammock.
The Harley hammock. Those things it's just continuing.
Your Harley sneaker, your Harley boot review.
Yeah, that's a good one too, yeah.
And I guess
keep growing.
I guess to your point, it's like with the hammock seat. When I first started, I did a review of the hammock, and it did well. And it's like a 3-minute video because I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I guess from a creator standpoint, it's hard because I know monetarily those are the wins, right? If you're getting 1,000 hits on a video every month, that's money. That's coming in, and you get 100 of those videos, you're making money. But I guess it's hard from a creator standpoint when you put something out and you're like, look, it got 100 views today, and then it just dies, and then you look at it 5 months from now and it's at 2,000. It's different, but it's hard to get that big win, I guess.
It is. We're all looking for the burst of the video to take off and go viral and just kill it for us. But those videos do well over time.
And I mean, listen, like I can't say I never look at a video and be like, hey, that video really did well financially, because when you get 250,000 views in a video, it does produce some revenue. But I look at those videos like the Harley hammock and these videos that grow over time, and that's new exposure to the channel to a new audience, because people are searching that, and then you're coming up in their search and they probably don't know who you are. And then they're going to watch this video, and then they're going to, see your end screen or see what's up next, or because they clicked on this, they're going to get a recommended video. And then they'll be like, oh, these guys are, more than just product reviews, or more than other things. That's kind of how I look at those videos, really.
That's true, because some of the reviews have done well for subs, because it's just one of those things. It's a slow burn. That's a good point.
Yeah, the review videos get you really the most subs in the long haul. And if you have those kind of videos in your channel, go back and look at your analytics, and you always have that outlier that we had a Sturgis live that got us a lot of subs, but I mean that's not the norm,
right?
And a lot of times, I think when you have, your following of people who do follow your channel every week, and we put out, a foot peg video, they're like, kind of seen, somebody else do that, or seen this or that, or I'm not interested in that product, and they don't click on the video. But you put out a ride video, and they're like, oh, where was this?
Yeah.
And your following usually tends to click on that video.
Quick shout out. Hello to El Buffalo. Thanks for joining, dude.
Buffalo.
El Buffalo.
And Droop makes a good point, and I think maybe this isn't something where it's gonna like blow your channel up, but there are a lot of people like Droop who the lives are their favorite.
Yeah,
because the interaction, they can talk to you, answer them, you guys having a conversation basically, and it's entertaining, and we're sharing beverages together, and it becomes a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people like Droop who they really dig those live streams. They might not be a huge growth for your channel, but they play a part. I think
we're always popping into lives. I mean, if I'm sitting there and like I'm editing and the video's rendering, I mean that's usually when I'll be like, that's usually when I start scrolling through YouTube and seeing what's going on.
Definitely.
So what is your that brings up a really good point. So what is your advice to build community? Because you guys had a meet and greet. I mean, you're working at building that community. Shouldn't say working, you are building that community. I mean, do you have any advice for other creators to how to build that community?
I think these lives are a big one for. I mean, we did it early on when we were really tiny. I was in everybody's lives and just trying to be interact in there, kind of, make comments with our our channel and our name, and it gets people, to see your name for the first time. But I think the lives are a big deal.
I think leaving comments on people's videos, I think it is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just having this conversation down at Daytona with a couple of people. You're gonna find your group of channels that you're gonna come up with.
Yeah.
And you're gonna support each other, and there'll be a small clan of you of like maybe 10 or 15 channels, and you guys will all come up together. Not everybody will stay for the long term. Maybe not everybody will grow at the same rate. But you'll support each other like up to that 1K at least.
Yeah.
Well, yes, and that's the thing that quite frankly pisses me off is that it's not big as bad as I think it was, but there's a lot of people that don't celebrate other people's success, right? I mean, you guys have the three of you're motivating each other to do stuff different than say a creator like myself where it's just you and you're a one-man shop, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not saying that you can't put out the same amount of content, but I find it frustrating when people are like, oh, well, I'm starting out a channel and I don't have numbers like Pro Monkey. Okay, but are you succeeding at your goal? You know what I mean? My goal is not to be a Pro Monkey channel. Don't get me wrong. I love his channel. Although I'm a little sketchy about this whole beard thing, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's some funny stuff right there.
I
turned it off after I saw him.
I was like, look, I don't know what the hell happened, but you better tell your wife somebody's in your garage. You
know what? So to touch on it, I think it's a really big deal to watch the other people who are doing what we do and to celebrate their small goals, like you said, when they post that they hit this many subs or this many watch, whatever, like to give them congratulations, to prop them up a little bit, because we were all small looking for that motivation that someone's actually enjoying it, actually watching it. So I think that's a huge part of it. When you start these motovlog channels or whatever, and we learned this way back from D's, Dirty D's, was like the first big.
Oh, he's
group,
old school, yeah.
Yeah, the first big group of subscribers that you're going to get are the people doing what you're doing. They're the ones that are going to watch it. They're the ones going to see it. They're creators doing the same kind of stuff you're doing. They're going to sub you, and they're going to watch your stuff. So it's important for all of us to sub those channels like ours, and to support them, to comment on them, to share their stuff, in your Instagrams and stuff, and that gives us all that boost for the next level, which is where those people that are just on YouTube watching, start doing it.
And I think for me, and I'm not anywhere near your guys' size, but for me, the motivation that keeps me going is when the people are like, dude, that was cool. And you're like sitting there, like you were saying, you're like, this sucks. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm selling my cameras on eBay. And then, you get people that kind of inspire you to go forward.
Yeah, you need that little, we got it early on where it was, we've talked about this a million times, but it was that little live stream that Dirty D's and
Geared
Raven, and there's some other people on there.
Blacktop Devil.
Where they somehow found us. They somehow found us. They saw our channel, thought like the stuff that we had put out, which wasn't a lot at the time, was good stuff, and they came on there and they plugged our stuff and said, check these guys out. We really like it. Their stuff's authentic and cool. And that was that's that initial burst of energy that every creator needs to say, okay, like people do like this, and I can keep making it, and people are going to watch it, and it's good stuff. So everybody needs that. Everybody needs that kind of encouragement. And,
I don't think that people give enough credit to the non-creators, those people that support the channel and hey, great job. Or, I can look through the chat and there's just an endless amount of people that I talk to on a weekly basis. And that means the world to me. The monetary thing's great, but at my size, let's face it, it's not, I'm getting gas. That's maybe about it some weeks, but it's that community and having those people that keep you inspired, and or even what I like are the people that call in are like, hey, can you show me how you did this? Because that's where I thought the behind the scenes thing would be good. Like, this is my live stream setup. This is how I learned it. And I didn't learn it myself. I learned it from somebody else. So pay it forward.
Yeah, we were just, and it's funny, we're just talking about, doing a video about live stream setup. And while we were in Daytona, a number of people were like, hey, could you put together a video, of what you use to film or how you film and that stuff. So it's, it's something that I've got, on the burner probably for this winter. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think what you were saying, us like celebrating the people that are watching our stuff that aren't contributors. These live streams, I think, are the very best thing for that, in my opinion. I mean, this is where they get to be on it. We have so many YouTube usernames that we know and we talk about that aren't even content creators, but we just know them from them being involved in our live streams. They're commenting, they're watching every time, they're giving great feedback and great support. And
a lot we've met.
We've met a lot of them, and you know that you get to know their names, and they're not content creators, but they're here. They're the ones we need. Honestly. Yes. We can't survive. And I was commenting on the Military Bikers live stream last week, and like we can't all survive and grow as channels just being supported by other channels watching it. It's not going to happen. Like we're all just going to plateau. And that's it. Like you need all these people that aren't content creators that watch this stuff as their pastime because they've, for whatever reason, if they've done away with watching regular cable TV or whatever, and they spend their time on here, like we need them supporting and watching, and it's a huge deal. And this is the best way I think to give back to them is have these live streams, interact with them, talk to them, say their say their username. Everybody loves to hear that. It's the best thing.
Yeah. And I think that's, it's solid because I know for me, especially being like a single party creator, for lack of a better word, that motivation's hard some weeks, because it's to do stuff. Now, I'm going to open up a rabbit hole here, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. What are your thoughts with a lot of these product reviews on channels where it's constantly the next greatest thing? Do you feel that that's really impacting people that sort of stay with a brand?
This is another conversation. There's another conversation we're kind of having the other day.
And I mean, you don't have to answer it because we all have our thing. But
next greatest thing.
I see a lot of channels where let's just use helmets because it's really simple, right? Oh, I got this Scorpion helmet. It's the greatest helmet in the world. And then 3 weeks later, it's like, I got a Ruroc. It's the greatest helmet in the world. Or I got a Shoei. There seems to be, I like doing reviews. It's what I enjoy. They're not going to be, out of the gate things, but I see a lot of people starting to question that, especially as if you engage with a company and you have an arrangement, they question the authenticity of, am I reviewing this because I like it, or am I reviewing it because I'm getting reimbursement at some level?
Right. It's tough, man. It's tough.
It's a line. It's a line to walk. I mean, when we first started, talking to vendors, I mean, I think our number one rule is we're not going to do anything that we don't use.
Yeah.
Right. And if on the flip side, like we have a very good relationship with Zero.
Which we were using long before,
way before
video,
before YouTube
came into
play.
We were using this before we had a channel.
So,
so the promotion of them and their product is authentic because it wasn't born of YouTube. It was there long before that.
Right.
There was a love for them before it even.
I mean, we were fortunate that
the romance started early.
Well, yes, it's not only that. I think we were fortunate that when I reached out to to Zero, that they were willing to give us a chance, as creators. Like that was our, that they were like one of our companies that it was like, we have their stuff already. We've purchased their stuff. And at the end of the day, we've hung out with them at rallies. They're just nice people. And that to us is, like, to me anyway, is a big deal. I mean, there's a handful of companies that we're involved with, and everybody really, with the exception of I mean, maybe Advan, because Advan's one of those companies where we didn't really have like a lot of Advan stuff before.
No, Advan was one of those things where I wanted their stuff based on what I'd seen, but none of their stuff is cheap, and I wasn't really ready to throw out that kind of money. And then we unfortunately
had a couple of meetings.
Fortunately, got hooked up with them, and things have worked out. But it is a fine line, and we've had this discussion. It's tough. Like, how much product stuff are you going to push? And how much are people going to want to watch if you continue to do it, and how much are they going to believe you that it's it's not just you're just pushing it because you're getting free stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't really have an answer. I'm hoping that we can walk that fine line and continue to promote the things that we believe in, and that hopefully the authenticity from us, the viewers see. But I mean, it really is like, it's kind of hit or miss, and there's no right answer for it, I don't think, because some people watch our stuff and say, oh, they got free stuff. That's the only reason they're pushing it. Other people will recognize, the authenticity of it, and that we really like their stuff, and that's why we're pushing it. So you're not going to make everyone happy when it comes to the product stuff, I don't think.
Well, and I think it's hard too, because I don't think that people understand that if you do reviews, and that's something you enjoy doing, they don't realize the amount of money that you would have to spend to produce content. I mean, look at, to your point, anything from Advan Blacks, at minimum $300-$400, unless you're looking at bag liners.
That's the cheap stuff.
Yeah, and do you want to buy that stuff and do it, or is it better for them? And that's what I thought was really interesting with the change that we had with the lockdown. Was, I know in my business, we took a huge hit. I work in the food industry. I work in the marketing side of a food industry. That where they're finding that giving something to you is a better return than putting up an ad. Because if your Advan Black Tour Pack shows up in every video, what's the return on that investment? It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not in the advertising world, but I can imagine the cost for advertising is not cheap. I mean, as a football fan, the Super Bowl ads, you hear every year about how much it costs to have an ad. So just shrinking that down just under a small level, advertising's not cheap.
Yeah.
So to send us, $1,000 part, and then have us go out there and put it on our bike and put a video out and put it on Instagram multiple times and talk about it multiple times, and now it's on YouTube permanently for people to watch. It's got to be just so much cheaper for them to do that.
Well, yeah, and what I think too is good, and you bring up a good point. It's not only so much even the video, but it's how often that product shows up. Because I'm one of those people, and I always tell people I won't, as a rule, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of trashing companies. I hate seeing those reviews where it just goes on and on and on. Where they're bashing shit. What did I miss? Yeah, I don't know either.
It's silly, man.
So, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, I think you have to do an honest review, and for us with products, I mean, the two companies, we're working with Clockworks as well, and Clockworks products, again, we've been using since long before we've had YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like we're picking up, or that we're picking up stuff that it's like somebody's like, hey, you want to advertise our
it's
products.
Legitimately things that we've used and liked long before, and now we've created the relationship with them because of the channel. So the reviews are honest. The stuff is good stuff. We haven't gotten to that point where we've randomly said, to some companies we don't know, send us stuff, we'll do a review. If we got to that point and we did it, we would do an honest review. And if it sucked, it sucks. We tell you, but we're just fortunate that we kind of took some just low hanging fruit, I guess, with the companies that we love,
products we were familiar with,
knew we liked to begin with. We know the customer service for Zero is amazing, from personal experience before the channel. It's turning out to be the same with Advan Black. Clockworks is great. So, I mean, we've been lucky. We haven't had to review anything that legitimately wasn't good. But
good.
I mean, it might get to that point.
That
maybe
being
at some
said,
point.
we've had plenty of companies, like little companies, reach out
Tons
to
of
us.
companies send
Like,
us stuff.
will you rep our
Or wanna
stuff,
send us stuff.
or will you
Yeah.
do this? And I think, you know, if you have a YouTube channel, once you hit that that 3 to 5K range, all of a sudden you get on some list where people just start sending you Instagram spam.
Yeah.
And
in full transparency, I have a piece of equipment sitting right over here off camera that you guys can't see that was sent to us by a company that reached out to us.
Mhm.
And we were very skeptical. You know, it's just never heard of it. It's probably a Chinese company.
Mhm.
It's still in the box. And I was like, you know what? If you want to send it to us, we'll check it out in due time and we'll give an honest review. But if we don't like it, we're going to say it. And they sent it anyway. So it's here. It's probably going to be something that we, you know,
do
pull out here over the winter. It's perfect for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, been very hesitant to even bring it out there because it's non-American and we don't really know anything about the company, you know. And I don't want to have to rip on a company, but they sent it to us now, so we're kind of obligated to do something at some point.
Yeah.
And if it sucks, we're gonna have to say it, you know.
Well, and it's hard too because I think that there's different layers of or different levels of things. It's like helmets, right? There's a lot of entry level helmets out there that aren't necessarily bad, but am I going to run it up against my Shoei 1200? You know what I mean? So you kind of have to keep it in perspective of what it is for the money.
You know?
Yeah.
But
that's true too, because there are different levels. And
because I was asked to review a camera product, and my first thought was, well, I don't know, it's not.
Whoa.
It's probably not. No, it's not high end. What's that? But I guess it becomes the question of you have to remember too that we all started somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's somebody filming on an iPhone 5 and making a YouTube channel versus having 9 GoPros and everything else.
There's a lot of people that have gotten their channel going and grown really big with this.
We know a guy with 50K and he just films with an iPhone. So it's you know, it is what it is. But
goes back to what you said. The best camera is the one you have. Keep it simple.
You know, I mean, that being said, there are channels, and I mean, I'm not going to name any of those channels.
Let's name them.
No, I'm not naming them. But even non-moto vloggers,
it turns
that you know that we watch. That, you know, I'll come over and I'll look at Bert and I'll be like, you know, the guy's just become a commercial.
Yeah.
And
channels I like.
Channels I like.
Where I'm like, it's hard to watch, and that's the fine line because we put a lot of that kind of stuff out lately, and it's like we need to be very careful about how much product stuff we're putting out without other stuff in between, because we don't want our viewers to just stop watching because they're not like, oh, Baggage and Brews is nothing but a commercial for these companies that they like. So that's tough. It's a fine line to walk, and it's not easy, man.
Yeah.
You all right? You want to?
Yeah, I'm starting to chat.
OnlyFans?
Angry Boomer said names. We need names. We're not giving you names.
But yeah, it is tough, you know, because as creators, all of us, especially in the motovlog community, it's kind of almost like a stage of success and of growing where these companies want to have anything to do with you, and we're all excited to have them want to be involved with us, you know. And who doesn't want to get some free product to review, right? That's expensive stuff that you'd have to spend, you know, your hard-earned cash on. Who doesn't want that, right? But it is that fine line of, okay, now we can't pump out freaking 7, you know, product reviews in a row. Our hardcore fans of the channel are going to get, you know, a little, you know, sick of that because maybe they're not looking to buy any of that crap.
Or at least we think they'll get sick of that, you know.
I mean, I feel like I would, and I come by and all these things and that we kind of run into these problems. I view them all from a YouTube viewer standpoint because I do watch a lot of YouTube. Like he watches a lot of content,
not biker
related, you know, creating video related, Peter McKinnon, stuff like that. That's what he's watching when he's not editing. I don't know.
I watch McKinnon and just cry.
Like Fish Farm.
Fish Farm.
He watches anime? What?
Anime. I try to watch all the people that are in our community, all of the motovlog channels, and I try to keep up with what everyone's doing. So I kind of have a good idea of what I'd want to watch. And there's people I like that there's points in time where I'm like, one of these guys, I'm like, yeah, they're putting out a lot of what feels like a commercial.
Feels like fluff, yeah.
It's like, I liked you for this reason, rein it in. You're getting a little too commercial with all your product stuff. And we all have to balance that, man, as creators, because I mean, it is a step and a stage in growing as a channel, is having these companies want to be involved, because that's how they get their stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, you get that first interaction with a major player, and it's like, holy crap! Like, you know who I am? Like, do you know who I am? Really? Like, what the hell?
And we've had, I don't know. We take I think a very, you guys are killing me over here. We take a very professional approach to it. I mean, I've got an email that. It's not just when we send an email out, it's not just like, hey, we have a YouTube channel. Could you send us some stuff? That is not how you'll probably get anybody to work with.
So we did have someone.
I have one subscriber. I would like $5,000 in product. Please send.
So we did have one company reach out to us, and I responded. And that's kind of how it went. Ooh, free stuff. Give it all to me. He never got back to us.
That's pretty funny.
So George handles all that now.
Now, is this after a few beers in the pool, and you might have,
it could have
sent some selfies or something? Okay,
it could have been.
It happens.
It does happen. You know what happens in the pool?
But
it stays in the pool.
No, it doesn't. That's the problem.
You add chlorine to the pool.
I mean, you don't do YouTube for the money, at least not when you're the average size of the average YouTube channel. Our whole goal of monetizing the channel, our goal was just to get free beer.
Free beer. We said we start this channel. If somebody gives us free beer, success. And when that happened, we were giddy as heck.
Yeah, we were like, holy crap, we got free beer. But I mean, our next goal of the channel was to get the channel to support itself. So to be able to invest in the channel with things like, we use Epidemic Sound. Affiliate link is in any of our videos, by the way, if you're interested. Yep. We use.
There was the plug. There was the YouTube return right there. Link in bio.
Link in bio. We do use story blocks. Yep. My goal is for you not to know when we actually use story blocks, but some people can pick that out. We're not using TubeBuddy yet. But there are subscriptions. There are subscriptions that we want the channel to pay for. A few months ago, we had an incident with the Canon where we were setting up to do a live stream, and it fell over, and it jammed the kit lens. So we were able to use to reinvest and not have to drop $300 out of our pockets for a kit lens.
that was wasted money.
So I mean that's really the goal. I mean, listen, everybody knows that you got 150,000 subscribers and you're actually starting to make some money. You get 100,000 subscribers, you're making some money. You don't see people going full time very consistently below 100K. Right. Mm-hmm. So around 100K is like when people actually make money on YouTube. And then you see people like Peter McKinnon, who's making probably 60 or 70K a month.
What other creators do you follow? Because McKinnon, who else?
So I like McKinnon. I follow Matty Apoya as well.
Okay. Potato Jet.
Peter Lindgren. Potato Jet, I could take or leave.
Okay.
I've never heard of Potato Jet.
So here's my thing of Potato Jet. So
Googling Potato Jet.
Potato Jet is a tech. He's basically a tech review channel.
Yes.
He is a heavy right. He's a heavy. So if there's something I'm interested in buying, and I search it, usually Potato Jet comes up. He's that big. But it's.
I don't watch a lot of stuff.
I don't watch. I like Jesse Driftwood. Jesse Driftwood.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, Jesse Driftwood's another one of those little Canadian dudes.
I do know. I will say, he does have a little bit of infatuation with Canadian dudes.
They're all the Canadian guys. There are another channel that's good for some like basic tech stuff is Sarah Dici.
Sarah Dici.
So she is not Canadian.
That's really boring stuff, guys. Don't watch any of those people.
But I mean, that's where you learn to. I mean, if YouTube is your thing, you need to. I mean, I had the whole vision for the thing. Like, I wanted a style. You need to learn how to film. I would say probably 90% of the transitions that we use on the channel are not from software. They are filmed in camera.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's something that's important to me, to be able to
keep that in mind.
Yeah. And, talking to these guys to keep things in mind, like, come in from the left, go in from the right, or, that kind of stuff. So you can kind of plan shots. If I'm filming B-roll, every shot is planned.
Okay.
Every shot is planned. I'm always thinking about like where I'm coming from, where I'm going to. Otherwise you're going to make your life much more difficult when it comes to the edit, or your product is just not going to be as good.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I mean, you guys have put the work in, and it shows, and I think that's what makes it cool. The creativity.
It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work, and I think that's kind of where we have an advantage with the three of us, because you do have two other people to kind of keep you motivated and keep you kind of centered. I'm sure if this was your channel alone, you might have taken a break here or there.
100%.
Right? Yeah.
100%. Because I got people that I don't want to let down, that I'm, you know what I mean? So it's like we have that.
We know a lot of good channels where they've had to say, I'm taking 2 weeks off. I'm stepping, they've made the announcement, I'm going to be away for 2 weeks. There's, you're not going to, see as much because they need the time away. Whereas with three people, it's hard to do that because you're letting somebody down.
So, and listen, I went to Hawaii for 2 weeks. So, or when we go to, when we go away to a rally, the whole goal is to have videos keyed up and ready to roll, so we don't miss weeks going to the rally.
Yeah, and that's where I always fail to queue up stuff.
That's how we, that's how committed we try to be to getting stuff out.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, when I went to Hawaii, it was the first time we had like 6 videos in queue. I was like, I'm on top of the world. I came back from Hawaii and I was like, I'm so behind.
The month leading up to him leaving for Hawaii, he definitely got Employee of the Month.
Yeah,
he busted out some. He's like, I got this video done. 7 hours later, I got this video done. And he was able to stack them all up to make sure that we were good to go while he was away for. I don't know, what was that, like a 4-week vacation?
Almost 3 weeks, yeah.
That's awesome. So as we're wrapping up, because we're coming up on 2 hours here, I don't want to keep you guys too long. What's the what is the goal? I mean, do you have a goal for next year, a long-term goal? Do you want to quit your jobs and become YouTube famous? Get a Harley endorsement?
That's not going to happen. Listen, I'd love to be, and I say this every year, like this time next year, I'd love to be sitting at 15K.
You say that every year?
I say more than I think I'm going to reach. You know what I mean?
You do tend to set loftier expectations than Austin and I do, which
I thought we'd
be. I feel like
now.
You've been pretty close. You've been pretty close.
Yeah,
pretty good.
15K is a good number for next year by the end, but I mean, we don't really come up with huge goals for the channel as far as just continuing to grow, continuing to be involved in the community, continue to support the community and grow ourselves.
Yeah.
But I mean, we do kind of set those subscriber number goals, which is kind of a crapshoot, but
I mean, they're for us. I'd like to
see
this guy cranking out a video a week.
Yeah. I mean, that is a big goal for the channel. I am trying to get to where I can contribute to the editing portion so that we can increase what we're putting out, because with his job and already cranking out 2 a week, there's really not much room to add to that. It's just not enough time, not enough time in the week. So if we're going to grow and we're going to increase, someone else has got to contribute. And I'm totally cool with trying to do that. I've tinkered with it. I need to buckle down and just try to get to where I can add a video a week,
Gotcha.
Even if that's like talking head stuff, that's not crazy edits like he does with the riding videos. Talking head stuff's a lot easier. But even if we could just add one of those and we can go to 3 a week, I think you'll see the channel grow quicker.
And I think the talking heads are good too, because I think there's a part of me, there's a part of me that thinks that it's not a live stream, but it's still that sense of feeling like you're engaging. I was doing like the smaller channel shout outs and just kind of giving an update of where the channel was at. And I kind of fell off that because I ran into some personal issues. I'm going to pick it up this week, but I thought it was kind of neat because people interacted with it. It wasn't necessarily, getting thousands of views because it was getting a couple hundred, but at least people had a chance to engage and, you kind of gave an update on the channel and it was an easy lift. I can hit record in 5 seconds and crank a video out.
Right.
From that standpoint.
You know what? It's one of those things we've talked about time and time again where I don't understand it because my personality and where I come from, I can't fathom why people want to just watch somebody ramble and talk and talk and talk and talk. But people like that they do feel like they're connecting with you when Pro Monkey, huge friend of ours and supporter of the channel. We're a big supporter of his channel and love the guy. He's like nailed that. Like people love to just listen to him talk. And he's got the gift of gab, and he's great at it, and he can just talk. And his videos, like, I don't understand how they're 20 minutes. Like, how did you possibly just freaking ramble off for 20 minutes? But he did, and he made you feel involved and laugh and all. And everybody loves that. The talking head stuff is a huge part of this because people feel like they're connecting with you. The more you talk, the more you're like revealing personal things and just just a part of you, and they feel connected. And that goes kind of hand in hand with what these side chats are with, people watching these lives. Like you said, it's very much like a live stream. So we want to add more of that. We haven't yet, but we're trying to.
Yeah. Awesome. So anything else you guys want to plug? So I'm going to put all your social media, your TikTok. Well, I'll have to figure out how to get your TikTok, but I'm not a big TikToker. But we'll put it in the description.
So things to plug. We do have our 25% off sale going on baggersandbrews.com right now.
There you go.
Our merch. We're going to be running that through to December. What did I say? 4th. It's like this coming Saturday. So we got a whole another week where you can get in there and buy our stuff at discounted rates if you're interested.
Brian will put that link in the description.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I mean, we make peanuts off it, but every bit helps. Plus, just having you guys wear our stuff is a huge honor. So we love to see that. There's a lot of people in the side chat right now who have bought our stuff, and other content creators that have had it in their videos. It's cool. I wear other people's stuff, in our videos. So there's that. Like we said, we have a big live stream coming up this Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is we're going to have the owners of Zero on with us, and they're again big supporters of our channel and products that we love,
and great people,
and good people, man. People. And quite honestly, it's really difficult to find companies that have good customer support. They're one of them. I mean, if you have an issue with one of their products and you reach out to them, they get back to you and they solve the problem quick, man. We've experienced that before we had this channel, so we know that for a fact. That's not just us trying to promote them. That's just they get back to you and they help you out as quick as possible.
Well, there's nothing worse than being stuck with a product or getting nothing back. The customer service in my eyes trumps everything. It's having that engagement. Awesome.
And other than that, man, like we said, we're rounding into the winter months. As you know, you're in Jersey. The weather's going to get crappy here. We're going to be picking up the live streams. If you're a content creator, whether it's motorcycles or not, and you'd be interested in being a guest on one of our lives, reach out to us on our Instagram page, DM us on there. Let us know if you're interested and you want to be a guest. We're always looking for guests to bring on, with interesting stuff to talk about. So reach out to us on there, and we can set something up there. So we're going to be rolling live streams a lot over the next week. So,
drink some beer, hang out with the boys. I like
That's right. That's right, man. And then that's really it, man.
Yeah.
You got anything else to plug, guys?
No, I mean, I think you covered it. I mean, if you're, if you're in the side chat and you're not subscribed to us, we would, greatly appreciate it if you did.
If you're not on our TikTok, I don't want to hear about you're not on TikTok. Go check out TikTok, find Baggers and Brews, and click the follow. TikTok will take you down a rabbit hole you've never been down before.
Find the TikTok.
Find the TikToks.
I start watching videos of dogs talking. Yeah.
It's all anything you want is on TikTok.
Once you click on the follow the Baggers and Brews, your whole feed will change.
It will change
for the better.
For the better, okay.
Listen, again, Droop. Shout out to Droop. Droop's a huge supporter of
Very
all
cool,
the
dude.
different channels. If you got a live stream, he's probably been in your side chat. You can definitely be a guest if you really want to be.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure. And what you said earlier about Desiree, Windroad Therapy, that will happen this winter. We will definitely get with her about that. We're starting to set up, and schedule people now for the next three months or so. So that will happen.
El Buffalo is on TikTok. We follow El Buffalo
Yes,
on
El
TikTok.
Buffalo has been on TikTok for a while now. Definitely a follow on there.
Yeah. And if you are subbed and you haven't hit that notification button is a great
It's a
help
big
to the
deal.
channel, and it will let you know when we go live.
Yep.
That was my Peter McKinnon there. And
Are you going to start doing 2-minute Tuesdays? Bam! Oh, that's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate
And please make sure that you check out Baggers and Brews. Make sure you give them a sub. Check out their channel. And hope to see you guys in one of their side chats in the live stream. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Thank you so much.
You might see Brian the Biker as one of our guests.
It could happen. I'm just going to wander in from the left and just be like, hey.
Twin Life. Hit us up. Hit us up in the DMs. We'll make that happen.
Yeah, Denver, my man.
Brian, thank you so much for having us on, man. This has been a really good time.
Man, thank you so much. If you want to hang out, I'll throw you guys. We'll kill this stream and we'll hang out for a second.
Definitely.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, spending your Sunday with us. And we'll see you next week on the Neutral Zone. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.
Night.